All right. So today on NewbieVeT, got a special guest. We got my homegirl, Danielle Hutchins. Did I nail it? I nailed it right?
You did nail it.
Okay.
Did you?
Cool,
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I was finna say mine.
Yeah.
2024, Danielle Hutchins for president.
Yeah.
You had to hit it with the 2 fingers. So how you been?
I've been good. Can't complain.
Okay.
No complaints.
So let's go ahead and get into it. So you're originally from Augusta.
Yep, originally from Augusta.
Okay. So you Washington. You was born in Washington.
Tacoma, Washington. Yeah.
Born in Tacoma, Washington, but moved to Augusta.
Yep, moved here. And I want to say when I was really young, I've been forgetting the timeline of school since I've been out for so long. But I moved here in the 2nd grade.
Okay.
And I've been here ever since then.
Okay. So far as you remember from moving down is when you first got into Augusta. How was Augusta as far as growing up for you?
Augusta was different. Rather than Tacoma, Augusta was slow. Like the education level was slow.
What you mean?
As far as in Tacoma, everything was faster. So when I came down here, I was already on like different levels of like.
So you came out here in 2nd grade. So like what you were doing, like 4th grade work or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the education is really different. But a lot of people say that because of it's the South, so you got.
Yeah, it's a lot slower down
here. Yeah, a lot slower than here.
Yeah, that's true. Cause we always get things late. We get fashion late, news late, everything late. As far as yeah. So okay, cool. So when did you tap into music? Like how old were you when you wanna
So I started writing, singing, and rapping around 10. So around 10.
Who was your influences?
My mom, she was a writer. So I used to always go in her room and take her notebooks because she had notebooks full of like songs. Notebooks full of songs. And my parents actually forced me to be in the choir at church, which I hated. Because I
don't think nobody likes the choir. I mean, I haven't met kids who's like, hey, let's go to church, go to the choir. Like,
yeah, no.
Without you being forced by your parents or your guardian or something like that. Yeah,
they forced us into the choir.
Yeah.
And I started like my musical journey there as far as being able to hear, because I was a soprano. And actually, not too far, Friendly Church of God in Christ is on Laney Walker Boulevard. So I went there for a while. We went there for a while until I moved and went off to college.
Okay. Cool. So what college you went to?
McNally Smith College of Music.
Okay.
It's in St. Paul, Minnesota, but it's no longer there.
You upset about that?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not upset.
Felt like you disappointed.
No, I'm disappointed that they didn't take my loans away when they closed the school.
So let's get into that. All right, so even if a school shuts down, you still owe.
Yeah, you still required to pay the loans. It's whack.
That's crazy. So who you paying the loans to?
Child, I think I'm still playing to Sally Mae. Sally, call me. Listen, call me.
So that's crazy, man. So
yeah,
that's wild. So how long has school been shut down?
It's been shut down for a while. I want to say since, I may be wrong, but I think since 2017. 2017, maybe 2016, around that area.
Dang, man.
Yeah, so.
They ain't been older ever since then, huh?
Listen, but it was crazy because I actually got withdrawn from school like my 2nd semester of college because it was high and I couldn't afford it. And they ended up taking me to court.
So you got taken to court for that?
I got taken to court. They was like, we want our money. But it was so crazy the way that God worked it out because when I walked, I was already just sitting. I was waiting for them to call my name. And then when I finally went up there, he was like, I didn't even know she was here today. I didn't even know. And then the judge was like, that is not my problem. And he was like, case dismissed. So it knocked off like 4 loans I didn't even have to pay.
Dang, so yeah. That's a blessing. That's a blessing, man. That's one thing how the colleges get get a lot of people too, because a lot of people go to college for a career choice.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't even use that career thing that they go to school for in the first place. It'll always be maybe the 2nd or 3rd option that they do, because your aspect of what you want to do changes within time. Like from 1 to 10, you being a kid. From teenage, from 11 to 20, you thinking about what you want to do as far as entertainment or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Stuff like that. But then what you might want to be in your 20s might change in your 30s. So what you wanted to do in school, did it change once you left school, or it kind of been the same?
So at first, when I was young, I wanted to be a cartoon artist because I can draw. Yeah. Okay. So that was at first. So my parents, they got me into like this course. Like it was a whole course because it was like advertising on TV. And so they called and they ended up getting me like the pens and pencils, what I need to do. But I just kind of lost interest when they was just like, yeah, cartoon artists, they don't make any money until like they die. And I'm like, it's a no on all levels for me. No.
That's not true. They make money. They make money. I mean,
do they really though?
The networks make money.
Yeah.
I mean, but let's look at Boondocks.
Okay.
Look at Boondocks for one. He was actually. It was a struggle for him at first. He was putting his paper, the Boondocks in the newspaper, and he was in college too at the time too.
Yeah.
So a lot of the college people was getting the early prints of certain things like that. I think is whatever direction that you're taking that art form what brings the income in. Because if you most people try to go by the network way.
Yeah.
Because they try to go by the name. So just like. Artist-wise, say like for artist-wise, a musician, they might have coming to the stage. We got Elizabeth. Who in the hell is Elizabeth? Coming to the stage, we got Jill Scott. Who you think they're going to go see? They're going to go for that brand.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I think, the way that certain people go, like you might even go to college. What's some of the big colleges that you wanted to go to?
They were just music schools. So
what music
Berkeley,
schools did you
I wanted to go to Berkeley, and then I got accepted to a college in LA, Los Angeles Recording Arts, but I didn't go because
why?
I would have been struggling and homeless.
Exactly.
Even though I was already homeless in Minnesota.
Right.
So, but I just ended up choosing to go to Minnesota.
Right.
But the thing is, when you chase money, it doesn't always go well because it's always passion before money.
Right.
And a lot of people, they don't get to that wisdom until they hit rock bottom. That's why I be telling people all the time, the lottery is a disservice to humanity on all levels. Like, just banish the lottery.
Oh man, I don't play lottery at all. And it bothers me when you go in the store and they're holding up the line. playing like $100 worth of tickets and you got to type in all those damn things. Yeah, so yeah, it's a gamble. It's
a gamble, but I really dislike it a lot because, like, okay, say for instance you win.
Right.
I mean, this is recorded. I mean, in statistics, you can read about it and everything.
Right.
Majority of the time, people who win all this money, they lose it.
Yeah, you don't.
It's not funny, but they lose it within the next few years because us as Black people, as a community, we ain't never had.
Right.
So when we get our first paycheck, we trying to buy food that we ain't had in a minute. We buying them hottest J's, and when you get from that to over $1 million, you gonna blow through it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, just band it off.
And then on top of that, the lottery, they fool a lot of people too with the lottery. Like, okay, so like you hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
Jackpot is $200 million. You don't necessarily get $200 million.
Right.
So you gotta look at it. Might be 12 people hit that number.
Yeah.
So that gets split amongst them, and then if you owe any taxes,
that's crazy.
If you owe the feds, no lie, like a guy won a $100 million lottery ticket. He took home 45. They took
that
half
much.
Of it. He owed government. He owed a lot of other stuff. Then they take. You don't get all that money. Like a lot of the percentage go back into like the community. So, you know what I'm saying? So it goes back. It supposedly goes back, and you don't get the whole $100 million. You hit $100 million.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel his pain though, cause I'm single. I ain't got no kids.
But you gotta check this out. There's no pain, cause it's like if you only spent $1 and you won $50 million.
Yeah. That's a blessing, but it's only if you know what to do with it.
You know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying. So that's like I don't think nobody in this room would be mad if somebody be like, "Hey, I was going to give you $100 million, but here's $50 million."
Yeah. Yeah.
You were like, I don't give a damn. Give me $1 million. I'm happy. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you be happy because you didn't have it.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he was upset, but he was like, he still got 50 million.
Yeah.
So, you know, lottery still I don't like the lottery though.
Yeah.
Just like you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. So do you consider lottery and bingo kind of one and the same?
Anything that really involves
I like
money.
bingo now.
I mean, bingo cool. I done played it on the cruise ship, but I mean, it's still, you trying to gamble for the money, you know, anytime money is involved, you know, you always going to have a lot of people surrounded trying to get it because it's money.
Right. That's just like with me. I'm not a gambling person. You know, obviously you're not a gambler.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad I'm not, because, you know, most gamblers I know, they don't really have much because they gamble a lot of it away. And, you know, like a vacation for me, like a lot of people, we're gonna go to Vegas. We're gonna spend money and gamble. Yeah, like that's not a vacation for me.
Yeah, no.
And no. Like I'm not a gambling person. Now I go to Vegas to chill.
Yeah.
Just for the experience. Just say I've been there, but I probably won't gamble. Would you gamble in Vegas?
Let me tell you.
One, you know, opportunity. You gotta go out. You only live once. You know?
I gambled when we went on a cruise ship with my family. I gambled one time.
One time.
Okay. And I lost all my money, and I was just like, this ain't for me. But my brother, he was winning. He was like up to $200, and I told him cash out. Cash out. And he was like, nah, I can get it. And he lost it all. That's how it be.
Oh, man. Yo, man, that is terrible. So speaking of cruise ships, so like, you be on those a lot?
No. I honestly, that was my first time. First and last.
I've never been on a cruise ship. That's why I asked it. Like,
it's
what was the
cool.
experience?
Like, it's cool because you get to eat, you know, 24/7, however long you on a cruise ship. But like, what freaked me out was at the nighttime.
That's what I'm waiting on.
You can't see nothing, and I did not like that because I was just like, listen, if anything happened, you know, I'm black. Like I'm going crazy. Every man for themselves. Like no guys.
I don't know. Just like my thing is, I've always been a person like I'm afraid of the sea. Far as you don't know what's in there.
Yep.
You don't agree with you. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what done slept with each other and created this whole new fish. Like you don't know.
Cause
like,
you know, like
you don't know.
Cause like man, they've tried to go like the deepest depths, but the further down you go, the more the pressure is. So don't nobody know what's down there. So and I don't want to find out. I don't want to be down there.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. My thing is ship going down. We stranded in the water. People who can't swim, you
can't drink the water.
Can't drink the water. So it's like boats are not for me. Like I mean, I get on a plane. I used to be afraid of planes.
Okay.
But I done been on a few of them, so I'm straight on that. But boats, just the fear of being stranded out there with sharks and octopuses and all types of stuff. That's just a fear. You know what I mean? Hey, you know, each his own though. Each his own. So okay, so the type of music that you do, let's get into the music. So the type of music that you do, what do you consider yourself like? What type of music you feel like you bring?
So Christian, that will always be my foundation of just life, period.
Okay.
But I consider myself an inspirational artist because like majority of the time, like when you listen to my music, I'm not necessarily always talking about God. I may refer to him as my best friend or I'll refer to him like, okay, he done helped me through this situation, but it's really about life situations like getting evicted. Right. I'm talking about how I'm gonna eat and just all this other stuff. Because the great thing about when you're able to leave for college and go to another state miles away from your family, it's your experience of life. Right. And I feel like a lot of people, they cheat themselves out of the experience just because like I was fortunate and blessed to be able to go off to college, but I mean I got withdrawn and I was homeless. Like that's a whole different thing. And my mom, she was like, do you want to come home? I was like, nah, I didn't want to stick it out, and I ended up did. So you find a lot of experiences, where you have not been. Right. So that's why that's where all of my writing comes from. And so, I consider myself an inspirational artist. Okay,
that's dope. And so you basically, like you said, you just basically go off your life experiences, tragedies, and heartbreaks, heartaches, and all that whole nine. So do you feel like, all artists to have that true passion in music? Do you feel like all artists need to have that type of experience, like type of dramatic, type of trauma, need all those type to make, you know, good quality music? Or do you think, because some artists I've met, some haven't really experienced this much. They, you know, everybody experienced stuff, but some experience more than others.
Yeah.
You know, but they have the talent where they can be around someone and get their story and make it believable.
So the great thing about being an artist is, even if you have not experienced a lot, somebody like me as a songwriter, you can bring me in and I can listen to what you have been through, even though you may not want to put it out, or if you do, or if you don't know how to articulate that, sing it or rap it, I can help you do that. So that's the amazing thing about being an artist. But a lot of people, I want to say a lot of artists have experienced a lot of trauma. Just because, just being an artist in general is traumatizing just because of the process. A lot of people are extremely disrespectful towards artists. Even if they're like a painter, a lawyer, whatever you do, they're very disrespectful because of the processes that people go through. They don't really understand it, because a lot of times people are not trying to achieve greatness, even though everybody is great in their own way. But you know, you have to kind of get to the point where I know what I'm here to do on earth for, and a lot of people have not tapped that potential in their life, so they kind of like distract people who are on that road, and they really, sometimes they do know and they don't know that they do disrespect the process without them even like understanding. So
Right. I like that. I like that dope.
That's real deep, ain't it?
That's real deep. I like that.
Experience.
I like that. And because, you know, at the end of the day, because it's all about, you know, people, you know, we all live, we all die.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel like, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about the impact that you leave.
For sure.
What I'm saying? You want to leave some type of impact where it's like, okay, we know this motherfucker was here.
Yeah, for sure.
We know you was here. Like, we know you was here. Okay, cool. So, what are some of the what was a song that one of your songs that has a lot of truth, realness, troubled time. You know, we all have those records. Troubled time. Like, what was that record for you that, you know, you hear it now, it shows growth from that record?
It's a really hard question, just just because I write and stay kind of in that area a lot. Just because I experience and I see things, whether it's the potential in people. So sometimes you can write about that, even if you express like, hey, do you know that you're gifted in this area? And, you know, if they choose, you know, yes or no, they may not. But that's really hard. So Shooting Star will always be my baby. Angry Hearts is also very personal, just because I didn't just write it for me. I wrote it for everybody. And so, yeah, so Angry Hearts, usually it takes me, depending on where I am, it takes me usually like a day to write a song. But for Angry Hearts, it took me like 2 weeks to write that song. Because I got on the train and I just kind of people watch. So that's what every like songwriter, they have like their different type of way of how they write. So for me, like, I got on the train like 2, 3, 4 times and just watched. I just sat, watched people.
You got a train or subway?
Train.
Oh, that's what's
up.
Yep,
in Minnesota. Yep, in Minneapolis. So I was downtown Minneapolis, and I took the train, and I was just riding and just people watching, and then just walking, just watching people. And that's kind of like how I wrote that song. This is a very personal, in-depth type of song. So yeah, so Shooting Star will always be my baby, because I feel like everybody's a shooting star. Basically somebody helping somebody, even if you don't know their exact need, and you can be a helper to that person, you're a shooting star. Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I like that. Okay. All right, so question. All right, so we live in a crazy time now, so it's kind of hard to trust a lot of people, and it's kind of hard to bring a lot of people in your circle due to the fact of so many things going on. COVID. Still have COVID, still got you know, outside problems, influences, you know, diseases, sicknesses, all types of stuff out there.
Okay.
How do you filter out far as the people that wants to be a part of your movement? You know, that wants to get like real close. Like, you know, you have people that, you know, that root from afar. Then you got people that actually want to be in the stable, far as like do the man hours and hold up signs, pass out flyers. But it's not good to have everybody in there.
Yep.
You know, we figured that out. It's not good to have it's not good to have everybody in there. But how do you filter out the ones that you seem like good spirited, good energy? You know, how do you filter out the ones from the ones that just full of bull? Not just, you know, how you filter those out?
Conversation. You have a really conversation. Really?
How can you tell about a conversation?
Really, you don't really have to really say a lot. People will tell you what's on their they'll tell you what's on their heart. Right. But it's always very key to ask the right question to get to where you're trying to get to, even if they don't know what you're doing. You're doing, asking the right question. In your circle, and they want to really, really help you, they'll always reach out to you. Hey, can we do this? Are we doing this day? Right. We're doing this. We doing this and this, and then you're like, oh, okay, so you're for real, rather than other people saying, you know, hey, I want to really help you, and there's no follow up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So
I like that. How I filter them out? I filter them out by actions. I've never been a talker. I don't like a talking person. Yeah. I don't like a person that talk more than they actually did anything.
It bothers you.
It bothers me. Like, what are you really talking about? You ain't did it yet. Like,
you're wasting my time. You're in my face. And, you know, 10 minutes done went by. Have I made $50 from this interaction?
Yeah, like, why are we here in this time? Like, yeah. But I just feel like, because, you know, if you continue telling people, that's why I don't tell people my plans. Yep. I don't tell people my ideas. I don't even want to hear people's ideas. On the strength of, I don't want to hear people's ideas, because if it doesn't go through, then you look like a liar. Okay, yep. You have 7 of these ideas that don't go through, you look like a bigger liar. It affects you. It affects your business, which soon affects your money. Yeah. So I'm very serious about my business. So I filter out, I don't have no negativity around me at all. Do I? Don't play it at all. I have zero tolerance when it comes to certain things, because at the end of the day, I'm a businessman, and people, you know, I have fun. We all have fun. Yeah. But when it's time to do business, we got to do business.
Yeah, for real.
We got to do business.
And some people don't know how to separate.
Exactly.
They don't know how to separate it. Exactly. It's really, really, and even when you try to give them that, you know, knowledge and wisdom and how to do different things, they think it's a joke until it's like, okay, well, you're fired. You know? Right. And they're like, well, no, it ain't none of that, homie. Right. Like, no, you're fired. Like, really? Like, that's the, especially when you have friends or when you have people that you're in relationships with, they can get crossed very easily.
And I tell people this. I would give this gem to piggybacking off what you said. If you're doing business, whether it's music or anything, if you're not married, don't do it with someone you're talking to. Don't do it. For one, it always backfires on the strength of, you know, it be situations where you be like, this will go wrong. You know, I want to talk to her. I want to talk to him. You know, but I know if we cross his boundaries, it has to go good. If it doesn't go good, we can't be friends. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I tell people it kind of be a bad idea with that, especially friends, best friends. Because it's like, you don't know people till you really around them. You know what I'm saying? Like, say like this, you might have a homegirl. You know, y'all been friends for 15 years. You never lived together, but it's been 15 years. Hey, I'm on bad times. I need to live with you. Now she's living with you. Now you waking up every day. You see her every day. You around her every day. Yeah. Now you start to notice she skip baths. You know what I'm saying? She don't wash dishes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of things that irritate you that y'all don't really click like you thought y'all do. Like, you need your own space. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's like, you know, it's not good to work with friends. And when it comes with me, I'm the type of dude that's like, if we working together, you know I have something going on. You know that I can't do all this by myself. You know this because we have these discussions. Why do I have to call you and let you know when I'm finna paint something? When I'm finna sweep something? When I'm finna do anything? You already know it's unfinished work here. you need to be here. It means more when you hear without me having to tell you.
Yeah.
Than having me telling you, then it looked like I had to tell you to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what else is crazy?
What?
I also learned this early in my career. I have the most kindest heart ever. Like, I love
You sound like you got
people.
the kindest heart.
I love people. But, you know, that has this backfired many of times. I remember I had this friend, and at the time I was homeless. So she allowed me to stay with her.
Right.
You know, just to get back on my feet. And I was in school still, you know, and working and stuff. And at the time, my mentor, he was just like, because she was acting crazy. And I didn't understand why and what the problem was. And he was like, your friend is jealous of you. And see, me, you know, at the time, I'm just like, well, how could this person be jealous of me when I'm homeless?
And she got a house.
And she got some place to live.
That don't mean nothing.
And I'm every time, like, if I get a school check, I'm breaking bread with this, because you my friend, you my homie. And then, like, years later, you know, she literally admitted, she was like, hey, you know, I was jealous of you. And once, like, I know that you're a jealous type of person, I don't think twice anymore. I watch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just because you could probably sabotage what I have going on. And I don't have time for that,
right.
You know?
I don't even... jealous people I don't even talk to.
Yeah.
Because it's like, for one, it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary being around somebody that's jealous of you, because you don't know the heights and how far they'll take it. Mm-hmm. You know, because I'm pretty sure if somebody had the opportunity where this can be like the Purge or something, where you had a 24 hours and assassinate who the fuck you want to assassinate. Right. You know, I don't want to be on nobody's list.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you know, I just feel like, I just feel like, piggybacking off what you're saying, that I just can't be around nobody that's just jealous of me. I just feel like, you know, you jealous of something that you can achieve yourself, mm-hmm. if not more. You can go higher than what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? You already know how I'm doing it, do it better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you realize there's a lot of people in the world that just want you down. They don't never want you above them. A lot of people don't want the feeling of, okay, you on the verge of whatever you going to accomplish is going to be 10 times what they're doing now. They know it. So, you know, of course they don't want to help you leave, you know, of course they're going to help you out. Hey, yeah, can you live here? Sure. You know, because they don't want to look like a dick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then the tables might turn around. They might need it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But you'd be surprised, man. A lot of people be jealous of, you got bigger people got bigger studios than I have, jealous of me. I'm like, you got a now multi-million-dollar studio. Yeah. But it's just the fact that if you're on the verge of something being great, they see it. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I tell people that all the time. Like, people are not fooled. People see your potential and they see your greatness.
They see your grind and your drive.
Your grind and your drive. But a lot of times we as people are selfish.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't want to help people. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll help. But it's not a lot of people that's going to help and stay on their grind and do their business at the same time, because then they feel like they're losing. Right. And it's not in the sense that you're losing. Like you doing what you're supposed to, you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Right. That's most definitely. So, do you have any problems with balancing music, relationships, time, or any of that?
So the interesting thing is,
because some artists have problems with that.
So I don't have problems balancing my time per se, but I would say in my personal life I do. Right. Just because, like, especially if I'm considering dating a person, now I just don't play games. I know within the 10 minutes that you talk to me, if I'm going to be like, okay, we can proceed.
And how is that?
Just by, if you talking nonsense, then I'm going to be like, oh, I'm really turned off about this conversation.
So what's some nonsense example?
Wow, you're very beautiful.
How does nonsense?
Okay, so for me, so this is me. Look at it. Let me explain. So for me, because I'm a future-based type of person, so I'm always thinking future. So if we ain't talking about buying stocks, buying real estate, and pushing towards the future, having a bunch of businesses, there is really nothing for us to talk about, because the unfortunate thing about, you know, what I have learned about myself is I grow really fast. And it's not, and I'm not talking about in height because I'm short, but no. I'm just talking about spiritually and naturally, and just in life in general. So when you grow really fast, you need somebody that can, like, that's on your level, or that can grow with you. A lot of times, you don't see that a lot. They talk about, like, food. Let's go to the club. Let's do. I don't have time for that. That's not, like, literally. I've had people come in my inbox say, "Hey, let's do this," and I'm like, no, I'm really not available till October. Like, this whole year is already like blocked off. But they think it's they're like, "Oh, you really just trying to blow me off?" But I'm like, no, I'm literally I'm giving you the honest truth.
But you know, you already know how, like, when guys are interested in somebody,
you guys do not take rejection.
No, not everybody.
I mean,
some people take rejection. Some people take them different. Some people take them different. Cause women don't take rejection wrong either. See, I reject women on the strength of, my thing is like, dating wise with me. The thing with me is, like, I don't get impressed by half naked women. That's not my thing. That's not on the strength of, I've been filming for over 15 years, so a half naked woman, titties, booty, all that doesn't excite me. I don't go to strip clubs. I don't do all that. That's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't club. That's my thing. So, but to some other guys, that's life. Hey, it's ass. Hey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But but my thing is, when it comes to, like, if I start dating, but when it comes like that, my thing is, a female has to be either on my level or at least higher, or something like that. Like, I don't want.
Can I clear something up really quick? Because this really does bother me. Even though I am a Christian, I hear a lot of people talking about unequally yoked. I just kind of want to clarify that really quick. So people think unequally yoked means a lot of things, but really it's super simple. Unequally yoked is mindset. It's mindset, how we think. Like, basically what I was just talking about, future things. Future things, right. If you a person that's only thinking about the right now and you're not investing, we not gonna work. It's not gonna work, because y'all are gonna clash all the time. And that's why, like, I had to let my ex go, because I felt like it's unfair for you, for basically me, for you want me to wait until you get yourself together. And that's not fair, because I'm kind of like pushing. I'm moving and I'm grooving already. But like I said, like, not all men, but some men, like, their ego. And I told him, like, sir, your pride is going to keep you single for a long time. And I'm the type of chick that I'll help you. Like, hey, you need help with child support and stuff? Let's pay this stuff so we can get to your future of what you need to get done. But when people resist it, no, it don't work.
I get exactly what women come through, because I got a bunch of sisters. So it's like, I done been through the work with them, and they kids' fathers. So I know what that men ain't, you know, I know that. Going off what you saying, I just feel like women, y'all have it really worse than some, you know, a lot.
And y'all have it worse too in some situations.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. You know, guys have it a lot, but we have it a lot by the dues of what the ones before us did. So it's like, a new guy will get a battered woman. Like, you will build a man up. Like, it's okay to help somebody out, like you said, but you know, for a couple weeks, a month maybe. But when that month comes into like 3 years, you've been taking care of this motherfucker. Like, damn, man, like, bro, come on now, 3 years? Like, I understand you got to get on your feet.
Yeah.
But, you know, it shouldn't take nobody 3 years to get on their feet.
And that's why it kind of like what we was talking about earlier. Conversation is everything.
Everything, right?
Because a lot of people, they don't have conversations about. It's good to check in with your spouse or whoever you are with. Say, hey, what are we doing this week? Like, how has your month been? Even though, you know, y'all work busy jobs. Like, okay, so you have not accomplished that goal last month. what can we do to help that goal and keep it pushing?
Right.
You know?
Right. But like you said, it's a pride thing.
Yeah.
It's a pride thing. Men want to be men. Men want you to, we want you to treat us like men. Like, we don't want you. The thing about some women that I could tell you that clashes with men, when women come in and try to be their mothers, or they try to come in and, you know, it comes off the men as you telling us what to do and telling us, giving us advice. We take it as, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that. First of all, I ain't need to do nothing. Don't tell me what the fuck to do now. I'm grown. Like, I'll talk. Like, you ain't my mama. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you get those actions, because they take, you know, it's a mind state, like you said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for it, and it's a difference, a big difference between a weak-minded man and a strong-minded man.
Yeah.
You can have a weak-minded man that got strong qualities, but he weak-minded.
Yeah. You
can have a strong-minded man, but have weak qualities. Like, he's strong-minded as hell. Like, damn, man, if you just had your shit together, you'd be a good person.
Yeah.
You know, but just the balances be off. You know, that's why it's kind of hard for you. That's why you got to get to know people. Like, it takes me, I'm not one of those guys where if I meet a female, we boyfriend, girlfriend next week. Like, I'm not that guy. Like, we gotta been talking for at least some months or a year at least.
Yeah.
I got to know you. Like, I got to know when you're mad, can I handle it? Cause right now, cause my thing is, we in the stage of me, we all in the stage of, you done been in relationships. Your next relationship is all about stuff that you will accept and things that you will not accept. So it's like, if you had a dude beating on you or doing all types of stuff you would not tolerate from the next dude. So, what you say about all that?
I agree with all of that, and I also think that people think being single is it's not normal. They think it's wrong, but being single is amazing.
I've been single the whole year.
But a lot of people don't think that. They think single life is boring, and that's not true. It's just what you're not getting from your single life.
And don't get me wrong. Like, I tell a lot of people, single life is not terrible. Yeah. You know, it has its downsides. Yep. It does, like any other thing. Like, a relationship has a downside. Yeah. You can be with somebody, you're like, damn, I wish I was single. Like, just for a week. I could enjoy life for a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody be in a relationship, you just wish you was single at that moment. But I just feel like,
well, I guess what you should ask your partner is, what did you do while you were single? That's a really great question to ask, because then
would you want to know that answer?
See, okay, look, let me be clear. Well, yes, I would.
Oh, so you would want to?
I would want to know the answer.
I wouldn't want to know the answer. Like, I couldn't sit here and, like, my thing is, I'm the type of guy, like, what you did before me, I don't care. Like, long as it's not affecting where you got it trailing over. You know how you got a relationship where it's like, it's over, like, I'm done with him, but he don't know it's over. Like, one of those, like, no.
Yeah.
You know, cause it's like, you can handle yourself, but you can't handle a person that's out of their mind, love driven. Those are the most dangerous things, types of relationships at all, because he can catch you off guard. Like, hey, who's this? You know what I'm saying? We don't go together, Michael. You know what I'm saying? You know, what you say?
I would say, I still would stick to my answer and say yes, because there are just certain things you need to know, because people always want to marriage, but marriage is a big step. I need to know some things before we even talk about marriage. Yeah. Like, okay, so what did you do with your time? Did you spend your time wisely? Okay, so were you investing? Did you learn about investing? Like, what? Like, I need to know these things, because, like, you don't never want to be in a situation where you're blindsided with people. That's why it's just always, like I said, good to have conversation. Know who you are with. Great communication. Because, look, forever a long time to be with somebody.
Man, that's real talk. That's why I said you got to know somebody. Like, you might start talking to somebody and you don't really know them till the 5th year.
For real.
That's what it is.
Because people change. And then, like, another thing would be, because I was just talking to my friend about this. What do I do with me? Because I know I grow fast. So I don't want it never to be in a situation where I'm married to a man and I'm outgrowing him or he's outgrowing me, like, how are we going to level that and make that work?
I was just about to ask you that. Like, I was just going to ask you that. You're going to have to find a compatible, like,
yeah.
Like, it's kind of hard for someone to be compatible with me on the strength of I do so much.
Yeah.
So much. And it's like, can you handle these so much? Like,
and not everybody can handle it.
Can't handle
because
it.
You know why? People have been very irresponsible with their emotions.
Oh.
Because like I feel like it's very irresponsible for you to sit across the table from me and you ain't dealt with a lot of your past and stuff that you've been dealing with, even like childhood trauma. Like, it's okay for me to be in that area, like I already know what to do and can handle that, but you have not dealt with any of your stuff. Like, no, that's very irresponsible and that's not fair. Right. That's why a lot of things don't work. Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Okay. All right, so cool. So before we start off on NewbieVeT, you got some new music, new material working on?
Yes, I do. So I have a new single called Good Things Come to Those That Wait. Okay. And that single's dropping on April 30th with the music video. So I'm pretty excited. The whole music in the song was written around the pandemic. And also the video was directed around the pandemic also. So I'm super excited. That was yes.
That was up. That was up. All right. So how can they get in contact with you? Is there any love you'd like to shout out?
Yes. So you can get in contact with me on IG, Danielle_Hutchins6, Facebook, Danielle Hutchins. And I want to shout out to my parents and just my family in general, because just my immediate family, everybody that's really been there for me. I really do appreciate y'all. And don't forget, 2024, vote for Danielle for president. Is that bad?